About to find out. To know that. Fuck around and find out.
Fuck out and find out. Boop, 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 boop.
All right. It's saying that we are live now.
Fuck out and find out.
Live now. All right. Are you on my page? Do you see anything? All right. Are you on my page? Do you see anything? You, all right. Are you on my page? Do you see anything? You, all right. Are you on my page? Do you see anything? You, all right.
Hello?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out
Hello?
if I should bring the volume down on the live. I'm trying to figure out if I should bring the volume down on the live. I'm trying to figure out if I should bring the volume down on the live. I'm trying to figure out if I should bring the volume down on the live. I'm trying to figure out if I should bring the volume down on the live. I'm trying to figure out if I should bring the volume down on the live. Oops. Okay. Nicole, do you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we got really bad feedback just now.
Yes, because I opened up Facebook at the same time to see if it was live.
Oh,
So
okay.
I just exed out of that.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
And it does say this meeting is being live streamed.
So Crystal, we are on. We are on. We are on and popping.
Do you see it on your phone though? Like,
I don't see it yet, but I can feel it. Like I already know what time it is. And I just want to also say that I'm happy to be here because I got some things to say.
ooh, I bet you do. But pardon me as I'm still gonna try to do some mechanical things on this side.
Oh, yes, I see it.
Okay, bet. And now I'm gonna see if I can tag you, if that's a possibility or not.
So yeah, and it's doing the split screen. So it's every time I speak, the camera is just gonna be on me. So that's how you wanted it, right?
Yes, or side by side is fine too. All right, I'm gonna tag.
It's not side by side.
It's fine.
It's completely fine.
Because I opened up and let me be
You
quiet.
guys, if you are watching, my name is Nicole, and I know I'm on Crystal's page, and I hope to see some of my friends here today. But if not, if you guys are here in the replay, definitely make sure to drop some type of emoji to let us know that you were in the building. Oh, we have some friends watching. Hi, friends.
I'm trying to see how I can tag you.
It's okay. Don't worry about that. You can tag me another time.
Ma'am.
Because if I get tagged, I've already alerted some people, so it's all good.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me tag the people I said I was gonna tag. And that was my girl, Toronto.
Today is what is today? Today, oh, okay. So you guys, while Crystal is working on tagging her friends, let me just let y'all know, okay? Today is January 31st. Can we just get a round of applause for this long effing Ash month? And I also just want to say shout out to everybody who participated in Dry January because you know what I'm saying? Like I did Dry January. I did not even think for a second I was gonna make it. When I brought up the idea to my crew and I was like, oh, we should all go dry. And I was like, yeah, we can try to go dry January. And but your girl ended up going dry. So and tomorrow's the first day of Black History Month, and I will be toasting.
That's
Sure.
right. That's right. Okay. Thank you for that. All right. I'm gonna like not focus too much on Are you able to see the comments? Because like I can't do two things at once. Okay.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to see them when they come in live. I don't know.
Well, that's whack. All right. All right, bet. So let's just get into this. Hello, everybody who is joining us today. I appreciate you being here and also my friend Nicole for dropping in. This was like total inspiration. Nicole and I were meeting on Sunday and, for our content creation days. And we just started talking about just pop culture. And then, of course, started to mention this Megan and Miss Minaj kerfuffle, if you will.
Elder Minaj, elder. She's the elder.
And it was just so passionate and like what we had to say about the situation. I was just like, yo, let's just talk about it. I need to go live a lot more in my life anyways and try to like play with different platforms. So like, why not? No harm, no foul. I have nothing to lose. It is what it is, right? So here we go. Hey, Nicole, you want to say hi?
Hey, hey, Crystal. Hey, you guys. I feel like you guys are like family at this point because I've been talking to you for at least 3 minutes now. So, for anyone who does not know me, my name is Nicole Orsich. I am a Harlem born and raised New Yorker. I am living in the beautiful city of Atlanta with my family. My husband is like the luckiest person on earth. I don't need to elaborate. And I'm a mom. I have a daughter, and I also have a little puppy. And I do a lot of things in the world, but today you can catch me creating content, supporting my sisters who are on their journey to become locked. So I get to share a lot of content to support them on that journey. And I'm here today because I have an opinion or two about this situation that's going on with our girls, our sisters, our cousins, our family, our friends, Meg and the elder.
Oh, Lord, straight like that, straight like that. All right, so before we dive in, I am just going to put a little bit of grounding here and some disclaimers out. Respect, like please chime in the comments, let me know like what you're thinking as well. I'm going to be giving my opinion, and that's all it is, an opinion. Like everybody got
Opinions.
one, like, and like we know how to that analogy. Um, and I have no allegiance to either one of these ladies. I
Same.
don't care. Neither one of them pays me bills. They don't like I don't care. So I'm not a Nicki stan, nor am I a Megan stan. I'm just here on the outside, just kind of looking in and just kind of being a spectator at this point. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
I want to just chime in and say that you and I are definitely on the same page.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that that's important to say because I am experiencing an overwhelming amount of people who are blind followers. And this is like a real stan culture. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I have never experienced anything like this in my life. Um, and I really have a lot of questions about it. No, do you think who's worse? Is it Beyonce's stands or is it Nicki's?
Oh, no, I don't see them that way.
Okay.
I kind of see the fans, the fan families, or the fanatics or whatever. I kind of see them in two categories, whether
Okay.
whoever their person is.
Okay.
Um, within the beehive, within the barbs, within any collective of people is going to be either real true followers loving this artist and like super duper fans. these people would have been the people to pen letters, fan mail, like they're the fans. They're the ones who want to buy the merchandise. They love the albums. And they tend to really just be in a state of love a lot when it comes to their celebrity. But then the other side of that are the trolls.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the people who have attached themselves to said artist, and they follow them, but their whole vibe is more about representing them on social media and arguing with anyone that says anything about that celebrity. So I think that within, again, with every fan group, those are the two categories. So when I look at Beyonce's people and Nicki's people, and if I look at the negative side of their fans,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would say Nicki's people are worse.
Yeah, I would say
I
so
would definitely
too.
say that.
I can see the way that you divide it, but I would probably categorize it as there's fans and then there's stands. There's two different things. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? So
I
like
like it.
we had the fan clubs, back in the day when we didn't have social media, we were like pen paling, right?
Mhm.
But then
Yeah,
the stands, those are the ones like what Eminem is mentioning in his song. Like you're going so hard that you killed yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I just wouldn't doubt that someone would
yeah.
off themselves, like how deep they are going. And I don't even think it's like tied to race whatsoever. Because
No,
look
no.
at Donald Trump, he has stands. I mean, obviously the insurrection, hi, it's the same thing. So like,
That's exactly what I think of when I think about Nicki and her people. And I want to also say that the celebrity's followers are really only a reflection of that person. And I 100% see Nicki as being that one that's just like inciting the rage, inciting, and she's doing it in I was going to say politically correct, but no. But she's doing it in a way where you can't necessarily say that is what she's doing. So I guess she's, because isn't she the queen of subliminals? Is that
I
what
say
she's
so.
going? Is that what she's going by? Like, she's not the queen of rap. And real quick, if you're watching this, if you're here right now, jump down in the comment section. And if you have questions, comments, opinions, all are welcome. So please, we want to hear from everyone. Honestly, everyone, including y'all, Barbies.
And
Okay.
respectfully, and I'm gonna say that.
Respectfully. Yes.
I'm not here for it. So
Okay.
it's cool. Okay, I see that. Well, while we're talking about the stands, I just want to say a little bit about what I find troubling about this is that this is why I also felt like I need to get on a live because like this is a little too much. I mean, I've been seeing social media memes or whatever or coverage that's saying that there's now security beefed up at Megan's mom's gravesite because there has been some threats about them going to the gravesite either to deface or dig up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's to the point where I'm just reading and these fans are just going at people to incite, like you said, like this negativity. Like they're just
Yeah.
going hard blindly. And I just don't understand. And with all that being said, like, what do you like? I really don't understand this. I can't wrap my mind around it. Like, what traits must you have to
Mm-hmm.
be able to blindly follow
Mm.
a celebrity or anybody?
I think the first thing that comes to mind is belonging to a gang or um or going in the streets, right? So you're missing something and you have this group of people that says, "Hey, you come here. You belong here." And now you have a place where you feel like you belong. So I feel that with people who are at that stand level, blindly following their celebrities, there is some type of it's a camaraderie, because on social media where they mostly probably see each other, there is a camaraderie that they have in knowing that they're all, you know, they have similar profile names and that they all sharing the type of information. I'm sure it's a very supportive community, you know, regardless of whatever it is that they're communing over, but that's what it is. I feel that they could be getting from it, because there's more than, it's a supportive, like it's a community of people, and you belong and you're a part of something.
Oh my God.
No, not feeling that.
No, I actually believe that. If that feels good, I'm just kind of like commenting on the like, yikes. I'm being judgmental. I can't help it because I just feel like
About what? Spit it
uh,
out.
I cannot understand how what someone else doesn't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mhm.
I'm such a leader in terms of like how I decide to run my life. I have my own thoughts. I
Mhm.
am very much solo dolo type of girl. Maybe because I was raised as an only child, I have that. Um,
Yeah.
but like I don't travel in packs. I don't need any of that. So to not be an independent thinker, I'm just trying to understand what is missing, like you stated, you know. And I like
Mhm.
the analogy that you used, like similar to a gang, right?
Mhm.
Whereas I do understand in a gang, at least it is like you're physically with each other. Whereas in social media, it's a fairy tale. It's virtual. It's not real.
But but it is real, because you are really exchanging um dialogue with people, right? So that is real. The relationship around that may not be real, right? It may not be a physical relationship, but virtual relationships are real, and social media is real. Look at all of us. We look at us. We live here in this square. It's
Yeah.
real. I absolutely. So what I'm saying, the point that I'm making here is that the stands and the fans of the Barbs and the Beehive and the Barbs, they can 100% find community and support within each other without even being in each other's world physically, because there is a world, a life that exists solely on social media.
Okay.
So that's how, so for example, um, in the lock community, right, you have a lot of women who are um, researching. They're thinking about it. They're considering. So they come to social media and maybe they join groups and maybe they begin to post and ask questions and get their questions answered and stuff. And then over a period of time, you can become familiar with certain people and feel like, you know, that these are really your people because they support you. Because when you show up, you know, and your hair doesn't look right one day, or you cut your hair accidentally or whatever it is, these people become very familiar with you, and it does, and you can actually feel that support. So I can see how, you know, these wayward people um could find community amongst each other,
Community
inciting
is,
anger and hell amongst the land.
I can see community. I can see that. You're right. I can see that. I guess I'm kind of like baffled
Not baffled.
on how like you can actually go to a gravesite and just like deface someone. Like it's just not mixing. And then to feel like if you have a group of these people with this type of energy, it just seems like I don't know if it's actually supportive as so much as it could be, it could implode on itself. It's kind of like when a group of people are doing or committing a crime, right?
Yeah.
And you think that they're all going to have some type of allegiance to you, but you're all in the wrongdoing. with each other, and eventually
Exactly.
you start to turn on one another.
Exactly.
Now you're snitching and all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I don't know. I guess it's the illusion of support. I don't know if I would call it supportive, but I do see there's this one commonality.
Mm. What is that?
Yeah, the person, the one that they're hailing, whether it's a Beyonce or a Trump, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that's, and I've never been able to put so much power in another person. And I think that's where the confusion is for me. That's all.
I also feel like it's similar to fake outrage that it could be fake love because um I feel like a huge part of Nicki's fan base, they feel that she's been wronged or she has been done wrong or she doesn't get her, her just due or whatever. So I feel like there's this, it's that they're fighting for more so than really being a fan. It's like, no, 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 we're gonna rep Trump um because it's you guys are wrong. And he's like, it's something about those people and they feel like they're supporting that main person to make that main person whole or something again. Like
Mhm.
Nicki's fans give very nasty, angry, evil energy, right?
With
They
that
give
being
that.
said,
Yeah.
do you believe that the apex of these groups should be held responsible in some type of way?
No. Only if it can be proven that they have done something,
Hence
right?
insurrection.
Yeah. Yeah. But where's the proof of that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not in the courts, but
Yeah. But so no, so
I
I don't
think.
think I don't think an artist can be held or should be held responsible because some random person that she doesn't know has nothing to do with, right? Just because this person adores her, she should not be made responsible for their behaviors, because who are these people? They're the same people we see every day.
I disagree.
People in the airport, they're the people on the planes, they're the people in the cars that we drive back. They are in Chick-fil-A. Shout out to Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. If
I,
anybody know, look, I love Chick-fil-A. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
I
us. It's
do. I
everyday
just
people.
disagree. Like, I
Okay.
I
Yes.
agree. Okay. Should this person be nailed to a cross? No. However, I believe that as a human being walking this planet, you are responsible for what you put out,
Well,
energy,
yeah.
what you say, what you think, the energy you're emitting, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's a lack of accountability that a lot of us hold walking on the planet because we're so unclear about our impact. It's like the butterfly effect. I think a lot of us don't understand how we impact other people. So there is like, I think you need to be responsible with your influence. Now
Mm,
now it's like, okay, me walking down the street, and me said something happens, that's just me on an individual basis. But if I have a whole pack of people, I have a community that's holding and standing for me, I know the power that they are possessing because it's not just a one-off thing.
that's
This is
right.
not three people doing something. This is like a
Right.
whole pack of people that I know that I'm inspiring. And those people are probably supporting me as an artist, right? This is how I'm getting paid too, because these celebrities ain't ish without us. So I do think that there is a responsibility, and not a complete responsibility, perhaps, but we need to be clear about the power of the influence that we have on people. So it doesn't take nothing for you to be like, since you're the queen, right? And that goes for all the queens who are self-proclaimed. It takes nothing for you to be like, yo, y'all chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all go up for me. I love the love. It's cool, but just be clear about what you're doing because I'm not standing for that.
Okay.
Versus
So,
not saying nothing, which Beyonce does, right? Or actually giving out the subs and putting the seeds out there for your barbs to go attack people.
but I hear you. Um, I like I like the path you're on, but I'm wondering, I have a few questions because one, I'm like, well, what does be held responsible look like? Like, is it, the message to say, hey, y'all, XYZ, Huckleberry, Bubblegum, Watermelon,
That's one. That's one
that's
way.
one. That's one. And then also, I'm like, they have done that. We have heard celebrities actually, tweet out certain things and all that. But again, are they supposed to have some magic wand? Like, what is it that you think, there's room for?
But I just stated, I think just me being able to be vocal about it.
So you want to hear them say more? Okay.
I haven't, and I want to know, like, me personally have not
Yeah.
seen any of these people. Maybe Trump has said something like stand by and stand back, which is still a little insightful.
I think he said, y'all go get something to eat. He didn't say nothing. But I don't know. I feel like Beyonce may have said something.
Has she? I haven't experienced that. I haven't experienced that. And
if you guys know if Beyonce has, if you've heard any celebrity at any time call his dogs off of, the people, if you've heard a celebrity say, hey, y'all, chill out, don't go in there shooting up the bank. If you heard anything like that, please let us know, because
please let me know.
I feel like Beyonce has said something.
Okay. Well, there it is. All right. So let's get into this beef.
I want to know where it came from. Like, how did we get here?
What do you think? What did you hear?
Okay, so I know they used to be cool. I know they had a song together. I know at one time it was all love. But then I think it was when Meg did the single with Cardi, I think when they did WAP, I think that's when things started getting a little different between her and Nicki. And then what else happened? Somebody did a diss. I forget. Like, I think Nicki did a diss record going at Meg. This is like going into 2019, 2021 or something. But before I go to 21, I want to go back a little further because I refer to Nicki as the elder because she is the elder between the two of them. Okay. And I personally also feel that when I refer to someone as an elder in my real life, it's out of respect also. That older person, like, that's an elder, right? So for me, there is a feeling of respect that comes with that. And that still holds true when I think about Nicki and Meg, because in the beginning, they did a live. This is right before their song Hot Girl Summer came out. They did a live together. And Meg told Nicki that she was a Barb and that she had been a Barb since 2008. She was 13 in 2008. She was in the 8th grade in 2008. Okay. The young woman is 28 years old right now. Okay. So when I think about that, I'm like, so you were a young girl looking up to this grown woman who was a rapper, because you know that the difference between a 13-year-old girl and a 22-year-old woman or something is like a big deal, So imagine young Megan watching Nicki, and she was like, and I was so happy that I was finally able to be I was allowed to listen to your music. So when I think about their beginning, that's why I'm like, she was a real fan. She was looking up to you, right? So there was some responsibility there, in my opinion, because it was like, not only is this young girl, she got next, she got next, but now she's letting me know that she was a little fan that I influenced. Like, to me, that's big. You influenced her. So when I think about where they are today and I think about that dynamic, I'm like, how did y'all get here?
Mm.
And Nicki, how did you get here? How did this young fan of yours who you was loving down to the ground, right? She told you she sorry. She told you she messed with you. She was a stan of yours. I used to be a real big fan of Janet Jackson. Do you know what that's like to be like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Oh my gosh, she danced, you know? So that's what I think about when I think about Megan and Nicki. So I'm like, yo, Nick, how did you get here? This is
Mm.
your little fan. This is your girl that was like loving you. Like you shaped her whole reality. Like, so that's my point of view when I look at these two women.
Yeah. And you know what? I often wondered where it came from. Now, I think for the past 3 years, I have been hearing the rumblings that Nicki was throwing subs at Megan. And people kept saying, well, Megan's not saying anything. She's not addressing it. So, like, in the back of my head, I was like, well, what happened? Because they were just like together, you know what I'm saying? And I thought they looked cute together. But I couldn't understand what were the subs about. And then I think Nicki said something recently that she attributed their separation to her being pregnant at the time, and Megan was telling her to inadvertently abort her baby, and she was trying to pour liquor down her mouth, and that was just like the straw that broke the camel's back. But personally, I think that's I don't know if I believe that. Because like really a whole beef because of that, like what really happened?
Funny
Uh,
you say that you don't believe it because Megan did respond at the time on Twitter,
oh,
and her response was um lies.
I think I did see that.
So let's see. Um September 22, I think that's when you're talking about. Let's see. Uh
Actually,
Nicki
out.
went on she did an episode of Queen Radio.
Yeah.
And on this episode, she accused Megan of shoving alcohol down her throat, as well as allegedly suggesting she could get an AB during a time when she was trying to get pregnant.
Okay. Yeah, I found this timeline. Let me see if I can pull it up.
That is a lie. That don't even sound right. She shoved alcohol down your throat, Nicki.
All people, right? Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Shoving alcohol down her throat.
Which I don't even see that happening because like she's a strong-willed woman, but
Shoving it down her throat.
you said shoving it.
That's what she said. Shoved it down her throat.
Let's see. I looked at this there it is. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
I
Get
thought
into this timeline.
it was clever to kind of put this all in here. Okay, we got it. July 2019. Nicki Minaj agrees to do the Hot Girl Summer. Boom. Next. Okay. They do the video. Boom. That's still 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Have 2019 again. She does WAP. Oh no, sorry, 2020. I'm not reading well. Why can't make this bigger is the question. All right.
So check it out. In 2020, um, there's a quote. Nicki says, "One of my favorite things about Meg is her desire to further her education. It's so important for women to feel inspired to achieve goals outside of social media." This was 4 years ago. She was,
Yeah. And she goes, where the focus is usually placed on their bodies or who they're dating at the time. Like, okay.
okay.
um,
Okay.
Women are more than just baby mamas, and we can continue to prove that by being goal-oriented, bettering ourselves, and being independent. Megan is a perfect example that we can have fun and be smart at the same time.
She was loving her.
And from my understanding, as I was reading, you know, Megan said they were still good, even though she did the WAP collaboration with Cardi, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're
There was
still
no problem.
See, November 2020. She hasn't changed. Everything's all good. That's November. Okay, and then something happened between November 2020 to January 2021. Okay, they unfollow each other. Okay. Now we're throwing subs in 2021, right? I think this is when, oh, she says, I believe that Queen Alcoholics Bar. Okay, she was probably calling her, but we don't know if that's for sure, right? Now the
It's art.
2020, here we go with the forcing her to drink while she's getting pregnant. And then here we go, the 2023, which is up until last year. And I remember this line about her saying 700 of them horses when we fixing to leave, but I don't F for horses since Christopher Reeves, which is a shot to people with disabilities, but go off. So this is just like,
Why is it a shot to people with disabilities?
you said, why is it?
Mm-hmm.
Because Christopher Reeves had developed he became a paraplegic from a horse ride.
He was thrown off the horse, right?
Yes, and became a paraplegic. So it's like you kind of want to be, especially in this temperature where I am kind of doing some of that work with diversity, equity, inclusion. You want to kind of be sensible about what you say about different communities, right? And now we're speeding up here to this diss, right? So let's talk about this. Do you want to go? Yeah, let's start with Hiss. All right.
Okay.
Have you heard it? What happened? Like,
Well, Megan definitely asked for it.
Megan asked for it?
She asked for it. And by it, I mean everything that has come her way since the release of her single. I can tell you, let me see, because she said some pretty, not vile, but she definitely invited beef to her door.
Yeah.
Have you heard the single? Because I'm looking for this one line that I want to get for you.
Who,
You heard it?
Megan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard a lot of it. I listened to it about 3 times.
Okay.
And then the visual on top of that just had me
Oh,
drawn in.
yes.
And again, I want to state that I don't have an allegiance to either one of them. And quite frankly, when Cardi came in the game, I didn't like them
No, no.
at all. I was not on that train. It took me about a year or so to really get into them, both of them. Nicki, I never really liked Nicki. I think that when she started calling herself the queen when there was no one else around, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Um, and then I also didn't like her gimmick. Like I'm more of I like hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes, yeah.
from that era of when there's a Queen Latifah on the light and the Mooney in the middles and they're all together, you know what I'm saying? So I like that type of energy versus like you coming in on this gimmick and the kids. It was more about, I felt like she was, in my opinion, it seemed like she was marketing to children.
Nicki, in the beginning?
Yes. I did, like with the colors and the pink and the bubble gum and the tutus, and then now you're making your voice sound like this. Da, 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 da. And so, like, of course, kids are gonna pick up on that. Like,
Yeah.
and
That was
then
the
what grown person is playing with a Barbie? You know what I'm saying? So, like,
that
I
was like the
didn't,
Katy Perry era back then too, when it was a lot of that. But yeah, I
I didn't care
remember.
for it. I didn't care for it. So I'm just saying that to say, like, I don't see it for none of them. But with this song, and I don't even like a lot of Megan songs either. But this one and the visuals, I was like, yo, you did that. The way she even just like flowed with it and just like these little one-liner joints, it reminded me of hip hop.
Let's talk about the lines.
Yeah.
So Megan said, these hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start. Bish, you a pussy. Never, never finna. She said, never finna check me. Every chance you get, you better. You no, no, sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't have no bars. Let me do it again. Sorry. Okay.
A little flow into that.
She goes, bitch, you a putty. Never finna check me. Every chance you get, bet your weak ass won't address me. Every chance you get, I bet you your weak ass won't address me. I bet you won't address me. And Nicki said, wait. Where's my phone? Going live.
Did you also check that there was a part in the song where she actually mimicked Nicki's flow?
No, I haven't really listened to the song because once all this stuff happened, I was like,
and I think it's kind of reminiscent of Bees in the Trap.
mm-hmm.
But it was like the way she rhymed it sounded just like Nicki. I was like, you're doing that on purpose. You know, that was very clever. Very clever. But I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute. The backlash of it, yo, I agree with you. You asked for the backlash, you
I
know.
mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you want to fight, you fight. But I'm also not mad at that because I feel like that's kind of like the sport of hip hop or rap. When it becomes that, I feel like, okay,
yeah,
let's go. You can get shady with people and y'all could just throw shade because you're like, we can keep doing this, whatever. So I can kind of see that.
I think she kept it classy as she could. And I hope that she stays silent after this. Like, don't even respond, because like that is the true definition of don't argue with fools, because from a distance you can't tell who from who.
Yeah.
And so I really respect her for that. It's like that Beyonce effect. Like, you just don't say nothing. Like, you don't,
Yeah.
and you just pay dust, you know.
She can stay quiet. She did post on her stories a meme of her laughing, of
Yeah.
herself laughing. But I also want to say that why is she dissing her on a record? Like, I figured Megan had to get some stuff off her chest ever since the case, right? So she went through horrific bullying, online bullying, same thing that she's experiencing right now. She left social media for a minute. She went in the lab. She came in. She got her head back on straight. All this. So why is she back to say something to sneak this again? Like, why?
Who, Megan?
Megan. Like, why is she still going at Nicki in a song?
Why not? Well, that's what hip
But
hop
why?
is. You put it on wax. You don't show up to the doorstep and right. You know what I'm saying? I think
That's
that
a
was
good point.
place for her to do it because they're artists.
That's
And
right. That's right. I
think
can
that was
agree
the
with that.
best way to respond. And she did call up to the Breakfast Club and was just like, yo, I ain't saying no names. A hit dog will holler. What I'm saying? And I loved it. I think that's where it should be kept. I mean, we obviously see the casualties when you don't keep it on wax, right?
Yeah. We've also seen the bullying, the campaign, the smear campaign that she had to endure when her little punk ass boyfriend, like when he left her alone, it's like everybody turned against her. So when I say, why did she have to talk about Nicki in this record? Is like, you already been dragged. Like, why are you here again? Why are you poking the bear? That's how I feel. Like, girl, what?
No, she's the bear. No, like, yo, no,
You think Megan's the bear?
Yes, I cannot deal with that. Like, I let 3 years, if we're gonna count 2019, we're gonna count 4 years of you talking ish You asking for me to come for you. You know what I'm saying? And I have been diligent and
Mm-hmm.
not saying nothing and checking you. You know what I'm saying? So for me, ain't for so much. First of all, my fuse is a little shorter. I'm not waiting 3 or 4 years, but like
Okay. Okay.
I I love the grace that she has given her 4 years to keep coming at her, and she said, you know what? Let me address this real quick. Da 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 da. And then you keep it moving. Like if the keep it moving part is the bomb, but like you from Nicki poked the bear. Like now the bear has risen and now everyone's going at the bear like, why you talking? Rah, rah, rah. And you coming in as the victim. Now I'm victimized by the bear. It's very much, it gives gaslighting. It gives like Karen energy, like a Karen
Mm,
coming to you and she's, what are you doing? You're not supposed to do that. You know,
mm-hmm,
coming to you.
mm-hmm,
First of all, mind your effing business, right? And
mm-hmm,
then when I smack
mm-hmm.
you, I'm not just saying I'm not condoning violence, but if I was to smack you, you poke me. There's a cause and effect here. There's a cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I see it because I'm like boundary queen. Like
I
you
can see
keep
that.
letting a child keep plucking your nerve and just doing something wrong because if you don't check them, they're gonna keep doing it.
Well, then Megan should have really checked her, because to check her with a subliminal, with subs in a song, knowing that there is a huge ocean, an infinite number of people that will harass her life to the point where security had to guard her mother's grave, right? So why would Megan do this when she knows that this thing is way bigger than her and Nicki? So if there is beef, because I feel you, poking the bear, I feel you, she kept it down, she had to stifle a lot of things for the last 4 years, then bitch, spread your wings, then have a meeting face to face. You know what I'm saying? Like, because all this other stuff is just lunchroom, cafeteria, fourth period. Like, really?
Well,
Because if
I
it's
feel like
really a
this.
problem and there's really a beef, okay, because y'all, first of all, y'all are two black superstars. First of all,
But did she ask for that? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? Even in the song, she goes, I don't even know what the problem is.
so then have a meeting
Maybe
face to
one day.
face. Deal with it. Be grown women. The world is looking at you. You have young women, young men, and everyone in between that, there are so many people that look up to them, right? So you talked about, being responsible with your influence.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. If Megan wanted to be responsible, if she had that awareness that she should be responsible with her influence, then maybe she would have addressed this unfinished business with Nicki in a mature way. Teach people, show people what it looks like to have beef with someone, right?
Yeah.
And sort it out and figure it out.
I
But no,
see.
no, no. But it's easier to just put the subs on a record on it. So
Yeah.
that's why
That's
I'm
what
like,
she's
why would she do
supposed
that?
to do. She's a
That's
rap
what she's supposed to
artist.
do. Okay.
So it's better on wax to me than it is off wax. But I do understand where you're coming from in a hypothetical world, right? And with the things that you said, like, okay, she's been dragged this whole time, this is going to invite more. And in the back of my head, it's like, it's been like that though. Like she's been, whether
That's
she said
right.
something or not, those bobs are still on her, regardless.
Exactly.
So like,
Exactly.
so at some point you just be like, I don't care because you're
Okay,
gonna
I see
talk
that.
or not. It's almost like not being afraid of judgment because people gonna judge you anyway. So
I can
like,
see that.
I see what you're saying though. But I don't see what she did as a bad influence. I think what she did was stand
No,
up
I
for
don't think I don't
and
think
check
that
everybody.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I don't think um she is a bad influence or did anything bad with her influence. I think that she could have been much more responsible with her influence by approaching this situation from a different angle, because the rap battle and all that, like, that's great and is dope. But in 2024, where we are today,
Yeah.
it has the rap battle now has legs. It can move. It goes beyond the record now. And it always has been historically, but the way it moves now is way different. So maybe we don't have two rappers whose lives are at risk, but maybe we have, you know, people in their lives being affected by it. Maybe we have people trying to go dig up their mother's remains out of the grave. Maybe we have, like, it's just, it's a different texture. It affects many more people now than just having a rap, battle on wax, so to speak.
Okay, good point. But to me, that would warrant someone now censoring their art. So now I can't say what I want to say on this record because I need to be careful of the venom that I get back. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
No, not at all.
And
Mm-mm.
then how was
I'm
your
saying
response?
specifically that Megan, instead of addressing Nicki again with a subliminal something, I think subs are immature, but I'm also not from that life. So I won't refer to that as immature, but I understand it's a way that people communicate, but I'm just never that person to, make you have to decode what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So
I get
whatever.
that. I get that, but then this is also the culture. Like that,
It is the
this is
culture, but
not new. It's art. Like a
I
sub
didn't even make my
is a
point. So
dope.
I want to finish that, because what I want to
Okay.
say, thank you. What I want to say is that um she did put it on the record. It is part of the culture, but to show growth, to do something different, to level it up, I think that she could have approached this issue she has with her differently, not just the subliminal words on the record, because y'all keep going back and forth with that. At some point, somebody needs to just do something a little bit different, a little bit more mature. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, your point finished?
Yes. And it was amazing.
Yes, it was. And it's art. Like this, that
Yes.
would be taking a piece out of hip hop rap. Like that would be taking an important element out of a lyricist. Like that's what a lot of people appreciate about a rap artist, and is the lyricism, which is being able to use your hyperboles and your metaphors
Yes.
artistically.
Yeah.
So as I feel you, on the kumbaya, but like also she's an artist. Like I don't want to take that away. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
So
either. We are in
have the
agreement.
Biggie and the what's his name? Not Biggie, but we have the Jay-Z and Nas, for instance, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they're beefing and they're not saying Nas in their songs or Jay-Z. I mean, he said F gay Z, but it's like the subs are there and that's what makes it lyrical content. You know what I'm saying? And eventually they got to a point where now they're friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but they kept it on wax. You know what I'm saying? So like it doesn't always have to go to a Biggie and a Tupac.
Yeah.
It could still be there. Like
Yes.
even MC Shan and KRS-One, they're friends now. They ended their beef. You know what I'm saying? That was like one
Mm-hmm.
of the first beefs. You know what I'm saying? In the
Mm-hmm.
80s. So I feel you. And I think what I'm hearing you say is like, because it's a new era, we may need to navigate doing things a little different.
No, that's
But
not what
I
I'm saying.
also I don't like the sensory. I don't
That's
like
not what I'm saying.
it's the art. And I think we have about 8 more minutes on this topic. And let me just say hello to a couple of people real fast and then we can
Yay.
continue. What's up, Nicole? I see you in the comments. Tim, I see you over here laughing. Lakia, la la, what's up, la la? I know she got some good opinions and points of views too. Barbara Smith, what's up? Kasim, I see you. Do we have JT? You still here? Patrice Thomas, Samantha, hey, what's good? What's good? We about to wrap
Hey,
this up
y'all.
real quick, but we getting into it, all right? The meat of it, but we're gonna wrap it up soon. And like, okay, bad news all day long. What? 757. All day, all day, all day, all day, all day.
Okay.
Love New York, but I love my 757 too.
Okay.
All right, all right. Let's continue what we were doing.
So,
You said that's not what
I'm not
I
saying
interpreted you wrong.
anything about censoring art. I never said anything about that. On this part of the subject, I'm speaking very specifically about Megan and the way she handled this situation. So,
Okay.
but it's not to say about anybody, any other artist censoring themselves, because like you, I used to be into the battle rapping. I used to be into the beef and the drama amongst the rappers. I'm definitely happily disconnected from a lot of the drama of today's rap. But I know that, and you would probably also think about this other point I made, is that if Megan just came back from getting dragged for 4 years, and then here she comes and puts herself back in the same situation, but you also made a good point that it's possible that she does not care. You know what I'm saying? Like, she expressed herself, she said what she had to say, and everything else, she's like, whatever. That could very well be the situation. And I hope it is,
I
because
mean,
I want her to win.
she's already dragged. Like, it makes no difference. However, now because we only have so much time left, like, so flip side, now we have the response called Bigfoot from Nicki. So, like, what are your thoughts on that?
Nicki is a clown.
Ooh.
And she's a clown. She, slow motion,
Ooh.
like, she's just a clown for that. That's my opinion. That's my thought on it. I have not listened to the song. I will not listen to the song. I can't imagine a 40 something year old woman teasing a woman, body shaming a woman, making fun of someone. Like, I can't even attach. I can't attach to that. Like,
Okay.
what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
All right. So first of all, I understand Nicki because I'm on that Sagittarius time. Like,
Mm.
once you ignite my fire, I'm burning your ass up. Like, I'm going to hell. So I will go low. So I understand her in that sense of it and why she ranted for 3 days. Because especially if no one's, and especially if you're not going to respond to me, I'm going to go even harder. Like, you going to hear me one way or the other.
That's
So
right. She
I
made
hate
sure.
that energy. And secondly, going back to the art of it, like, there's no rules really in how you rhyme, you know what I'm saying, in terms of how you respond to something. Now, are the lyrics up to par? No, like that. The joint was trash to me, complete trash. She was like taking too much time. The beat was riding, and then she said bar about 3 times to rhyme with bar. Like, it was just not lyrically good to me at all. Also, the beat was whack, and then there was like this, it seemed like a forever soliloquy at the end of it.
She
Like,
did it so fast, though.
I just
Like,
no, that was in the chamber. Okay. Because then she also came out and said, I got
oh,
5 more songs. And because we've been waiting for you, ho. So she been
she
like
loves that
waiting.
word.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
it was whack. And I wish she would have kept it where she had it. Like, just, and then the tweeting beforehand, you kind of already said the same thing. So now you're saying the same things in the song. I think it was whack as hell. I'm sorry. I did not feel it whatsoever. Mm-mm. It was whack. It made her look bad to me. Like, You went
Nicki
out.
make
Like you said, like Little Kim was gonna go out a sore loser. That's what you look like right now.
Nicki makes herself look bad. Nicki is mad at herself. She is angry and it shows. And I wish she could enjoy her celebrity much more than she is, because could you imagine having everything you ever dreamed of and there you are just angry at other people,
Just miserable. It feels
just
like
miserable.
it feels like misery.
Could you
And
imagine?
I could. I could imagine. I just wouldn't want to be there, you know. It's just I don't know what else to say about this. I think
Sad.
it is a bad way to go out. Kasim here in the comments, he says, when they go low, you don't go high in hip hop, you go lower.
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, that's true. And they also like Real Housewives, right? There's a difference between reading somebody and going low, right? So
For
like
sure.
Kenya is gonna give you a good read, right?
Yeah.
Like a Marlo is gonna go low,
Yeah.
you know, and it just don't hit the same, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
she don't know how to read. Marlo shouldn't be reading nobody.
Like, girl, stop, you know what I
Please
mean?
stop, because it's not that deep.
But then do you have the same advice for Nicki? Should she have handled it differently with more class, darling?
It's not, well, I feel we could say we could add class in that, but I
Yeah,
just more feel like these are two Black female superstars and they have like a major, major platform that they can really, really do a lot of transformation with.
yes.
So Megan just came from this 4-year hiatus being dragged, right? And so here she comes back out and she's, on her fitness. She's on her, she got ducks in a row.
Yeah.
So yeah, she did the subliminal, but I'm like, but why are you still doing that? Because you guys have been going back and forth with the records and stuff. Why don't you get back to her a little bit differently? So that's my thought with that. So I wasn't thinking too much about with class, more so than like, why don't y'all show us how y'all can do it? Why don't y'all show us how two women who had so much issues, how y'all sorted those issues out?
But you're
And
not
y'all can
putting that
still
on
and y'all
Nicki.
can still get back on the record and talk about each other, because that's a sport. Like that's part for the course. So if you're still your rappers and y'all can still do all of that, but you still could use your platform and show people something that maybe they've never seen, and not just talk about somebody's husband being a pedophile on a
But why
record or
not?
whatever.
She wasn't the first or the last one's gonna do that. But like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't you charge Nicki with that responsibility, who actually proclaims to be a queen, for one?
Yeah. Yeah.
And number two, you proclaim her to be an elder. So why would the child go to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't she go with
Because
it?
it wasn't Nicki's record that came out with the subs for Megan.
But she started with the subs before Megan.
Right. But when Megan comes out with, oh, you're saying with the record from last year?
There's a few records. Nicki's been subbing her.
I know. They're going back. I know this is a
There's no
thing,
back
right?
and forth though. Is this what I'm saying? There hasn't been no back and forth. It's only been Nicki shot,
Nicki.
Nicki shot,
So
Nicki shot.
okay. So I still say, because Megan, okay, to answer your question, I'm not giving Nicki a pass.
Okay.
So if Nicki had dropped a record that Friday and all of this had happened, and then Megan's army of people, everything would have to happen in the same exact way for me to say the same thing for Nicki. It would have to all be the same thing. But long story short, it's the same. Yeah, Nicki has responsibility also, but I'm focusing on Megan in this example because it's her record that triggered Nicki in the live and everything else. So I'm not thinking about the past records. I'm talking about Megan dropping and then Nicki reacting.
But why aren't you including that? Because like it's the same exact act.
Including what?
All the subs that Nicki threw at her first.
Well, because all of that has happened. We're not here today because of all the subs. All the subs are the reason for where they are today. But I'm thinking we're talking about today and what is happening with Hiss and Bigfoot.
No,
So
it's
I'm not
been
even
drama.
thinking about the other ones. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about how
Mhm.
we even get here, right? We can't
Yeah.
leave out some of the story. We have to talk about the whole thing as to how we even got here. So,
Right.
to I
I'm
feel
just saying,
you,
in
but
this
like I can't
example,
get
I wasn't
myself.
considering the other records. That's what I'm saying. In this
Okay,
example, I was saying that's why I was only focusing on Megan because I wasn't thinking about I was only thinking about this project.
got it. Okay.
That's what I was saying.
Yes. Okay, got it. All right, bet.
But
We're
Nicki is a clown. So I
Oops.
also would not I go back to that. Nicki is a clown. So I also would not expect her to behave like anything other than how she behaves.
And that's
So
a fair,
that's another reason why I wouldn't consider because whatever.
that's a fair thought. Very fair thought. Very fair thought. All right, we're gonna
Megan
wrap.
seems to have more sense, and I don't know either of them.
Ooh, Lord Jesus. Okay.
Right?
All right.
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like,
run. I'm
you
gonna run
know,
down.
she's a rap star going to college. Like, that is so admirable. Like, girl, go ahead, do your thing.
Doing her
Like,
thing too.
I
Like
don't
she's
know
not.
much more about her, but
I think you told me that's the she. Is it she owns her own record label or what is it?
she's financing this project.
Okay, she on her own. Okay, so that's even
Yeah.
too.
Yes. I
Even
wish
more
I,
reason.
yeah, she has a lot. There's a lot.
And Nicki didn't even have this energy for Remy, and Remy went in like a 4 minute, 5 minute song directly about her, and Lil Kim did too. All right, I know you gotta go. I'm just gonna run down at least some of the diversity, equity, and inclusion categories that I saw in this song,
Okay.
and then you're gonna share, where people can follow you, and then we're gonna sign off, right?
Yes.
So,
Go ahead.
all right. So these are the things, and I wish that I was able to kind of put these throughout the video, but like I was so passionate about like what we're thinking. I didn't even do that. But this is what I saw. I saw the body shaming, right? I saw slut shaming. I saw the marginalization of women. I saw the disbelief of Black women as well. Misogyny, um, weaponizing.
Mm.
This is where Nicki, she weaponizes that Black women thing. We need to stand together, da 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 da. But then she's like hypocritically going at one. I see the praise of violence. I definitely see the bullying tactics. I
Mm.
see even this structure of like parenthood, right? So there's diverse ways to have a family structure. You can't just say that the family unit is like man, woman, child anymore. So like even people who elect to be single, that's their family structure. And we don't get to be like, oh, because you ain't got no man. Like this is 2024 and that dating pool has piss in it anyway. So like we have to respect people's structures. So and the last one is ageism, like I can't stand looking at these comments and people are like, oh, you're too old to be doing this. So like I do understand where people kind of get mad about that because I do too. It's like, look, we got to stop expecting people of a certain age to behave a certain way because it's nothing but like an expectation. And it's what expectations happen, we get disappointed. It's not reality. There's people who are 75 years old who are dumb as a bag of rocks, you know what I'm saying? So we got to stop that we should be at a certain place by certain ages because that shit ain't real. All right, so that's my rundown.
No, that's so good. And you're so right because it's not real. And unfortunately, none of us understand age until we age.
mm, ooh, that was a good
None
one.
of us understand it until we age. So, younger people, you should be acting like this because you're this age. Of course, you think that, honey, because you've never been here. But guess what? I've been where you are.
Mm, how about that?
And I'm wise enough to know that I don't have to argue or defend. You can think whatever you want to think, my dear.
I love it.
Okay. And Crystal, thank you very much for having me. Thank you very, very much for opening my mind to this conversation. I enjoyed it very much. And I actually thought you gave me some things to think about But again, nothing about Nicki, nothing to think about with her. No, really nothing. But my name is Nicole Orsich, and I can be found anywhere online at Nicole Lock Queen, and it's written there on my box. And yeah, that's it.
Yes. Well, first of all, I also want to thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging in this conversation and sharing your true feelings and points of view about how you think and what you think about everything. No filter. I love that. I mean, certain filters because we can't say certain words, of course, but like you did a wonderful job. And y'all, like she is on point with the locking. Yeah, if any of your locking needs, especially the sister locks, hit her up on the YouTube. Like she's dope, you know. Also, you know where to find me here on Facebook, or you can find me on Instagram or YouTube, the Inclusion Lady. You know what's up. And yeah, I hope to have another conversation with you soon. I love pop culture, so let's like get into it, you know. And I thank
That's what I'm
everybody
doing.
else for being here too. Like,
Yes, you guys.
oh my
I
God.
can't see you guys, but it was nice meeting y'all. Oh,
Yes.
happy dry January is over.
Woo, I know that's right. Come on, Black History tomorrow. No, Black History is all year. Okay, first of all. All right, all right. Let's go. Y'all take care of yourselves. Thank y'all for joining. And yeah, see you on the flip side.
Bye.